Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Yes, we are back at it with the brand new Elijah Craig A124. So A124, this is going to be interesting for a couple reasons. Number one, it's coming off of C923, which was flat out, amazing. One of the best whiskeys I had in 2023. A lot of hype regarding C923. It was super hard to find after the word got out about how good it was. It came in at 133 proof, aged 13 years and 7 months. So it was like the old school Elijah Craig. So, people loved it, including myself. So, not only am I going to give you a review today of A124, but then I'm going to compare it to C923, just so we can kind of, see how it is. So let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit. So definitely a lot of hype for C923. So I'm really honestly interested to see how does A124 compare. So I've already poured a little bit into my Affinity bottle just to kind of let this bad boy air out for a couple days. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it, how is this whiskey by itself, but then more important, how does it compare to C923, which was, again, just everything we all want in a barrel-proof whiskey. All right, so logistics on A124. I've reviewed Elijah Craig before in the past, numerous different episodes, and I'll include a few of those links up above. But essentially, obviously, Elijah Craig barrel proof comes out 3 times per year. The A is the January, the B is the May, and the C is typically September. So for this one, still MSRP about $80. Again, every store that you go into across the U.S. is going to be a little bit different, but for most stores, the MSRP should be about $75, $80 on average. All right, from an age statement, so now this is where it's interesting. So this one is aged 10 years and 9 months. 10 years and 9 months compared to that one, which was C923, which was 13 years and 7 months. So it's almost 3 years less. So, and that doesn't mean that it's bad. So let's be crystal clear. So 10 years, 9 months, and this one's coming in at 119 proof. 119 proof. I will say, I have not heard anything about A124. Good, bad, or indifferent, I've heard nothing about A124 in the whiskey community as a whole. So I'm interested to try this one myself. I poured these a little bit ago, so they've actually had a chance to kind of air out a little bit, and I think it's time to dive into Elijah Craig. Ready? All right, A124, 119 proof, and aged 10 years and 9 months. All right, let's see what Elijah Craig is doing here. Honestly, Elijah Craig, coming from Heaven Hill, one of the best brands in the whiskey market, and this is one of the better sub-brands. I can't imagine that it's not good. Now, whether or not it's better than that is a whole different story. All right, we shall see. We shall see. Never judge a book by its cover. You never know. You never know. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. So the nose, traditional Elijah Craig, very deep, rich, brown sugar, almost like a caramelized kind of a brown sugar note. A little bit of leather, a little bit of oak, peppery, almost like a this has like a smidge of almost like a toasted, kind of like a strawberry note in there in the background, almost like a burnt strawberry kind of a note. Just compare this one real quick. Way more oak in this bad boy. Whew. A lot more. Okay. Well, only one way to dive into it, Judge. Got to go ahead and let's give this bad boy a try. All right. Cheers, everybody. Very nice. Tons of traditional Elijah Craig, obviously. Tons of like the like caramel, brown sugar. I also had like that toasted strawberry note. I would almost even add in this one, at least, almost has like a almost like a hidden kind of like a toasted or a burnt raisin kind of a note in the background. Let me get a little bit more. Wow. At 119 proof, that's actually a little dangerous. It sips like it's like 105, 107. It sips below the radar. It's a nice clean finish. It doesn't sip like it's 120 proof at all. Like normally 120 proof, you typically have something that's a little bit more bold, a little bit more vibrant. That is extremely clean and honestly quite dangerous at 120 proof. You might have a couple pours of that and be like, whoo, your head just starts spinning. But it honestly sips like it's like 105, maybe 107, way below the radar. All right, now I'm gonna give two judgments, verdict on this one as well as that one. Well, not the verdict on this one. This was obviously a buy from last year, but whether or not if it's better than C923. All right, so the infamous C923, 133 proof, aged 13 years and 7 months. All right, let's see how this one is. Oh, that nose is just so elegant, vibrant. Tons of deep brown sugar, tons of deep leather notes. Extremely oak forward. Oh man, this is nice. That's nice. All right, I think I have this down. So, Judge, give me a verdict about A124. So first and foremost, A124 is definitely a buy. It's very good. I mean, it's traditional Elijah Craig, right? It's very good. It's definitely very clean. What I do like about it is that it doesn't sip like it's 119 proof. It sips a little bit lower, like 105, 107. Very clean, very crisp for an Elijah Craig, which I normally would not say. But because it's a little bit of like it sips like at that 105, 107 range, it's very clean and crisp from like the beginning of the palate all the way to the end of the palate. And that is very unique. It has a lot of the traditional notes, like I mentioned, the brown sugar, the caramel, the oak, the leather, but it's not as bold and as vibrant as most of us love compared to like traditional Elijah Craig barrel proof. Now, the second verdict. Judge, how does it compare to C923? Even though this is the buy, it's nowhere near C923. And don't get me wrong, C923 was phenomenal, and this is really good, but this A124 is not in the same ballpark. It really isn't. I mean, this is like, I don't know. It's a really good baseball team, and this is like the team that wins the World Series like year after year after year. I mean, both still professionals, right? Still in the same category, but this one is just, they're winning the World Series each and every year. So C923 way better, but honestly, if you didn't get C923, you're still not going to be disappointed with A124. I would definitely grab it. Like I said, it's worth the buy. I'm glad I grabbed it and added it to my collection, and most important, you should too. Hey, until the next time, peace, cheers, most important, salute. Take care. See ya.